Hey guys, how is it going? Welcome back to another video on Injustice 2 Mobile. Alright guys, so this video is going to be an important video for all those people who want to take this game seriously and who want to build a huge roster for themselves in Injustice 2 Mobile. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you 5 tips which will help you a lot in order to create and build a huge roster in this game. All right, guys. So before we proceed further, I just wanted to let you know that if you are new to the channel and if you are watching this video for the first time, I would like to ask you to please subscribe to the channel and click on the bell notification for further updates on videos just like this one. All right, guys. So now, there are a lot of people who are having questions about how to, get more characters, how to upgrade them, and, how to basically improve in this game, improve your roster in the threat wise and the character wise as well. So, I've brought up 5 tips which have helped me personally a lot in order to upgrade my characters and increase the roster size by a lot. So I'm going to take you guys into the roster first so that you guys get an idea how big my roster is. All right, there it is. There it is. So let's start off the video with tip number 1. In order to get a huge roster, you need to grind in every day. You need to play all the game modes daily. That is the tip number 1. You need to play all the game modes daily. Now, you will get shards from campaign, arena, class shards from and prismatic shards from champions arena. You will get shards from challenges, versus challenges, operations. Now, you get some crappy shards from operations, but you do get some credits, you do get some gems. You will get shards from league raids and solo raids. Solo raids can be played daily, but whenever your league raid is going on, make sure that you take part in those league raids and make sure that you rank as high as possible. And what will this do is that this will help you to get shards from and the resources which we need to upgrade these particular characters, whichever it is, a silver, a gold, or a legendary character. You need resources to upgrade them, right? So you will get all these things from every place in the game. So let's go on the home page. Let's go quickly. So basically these tips that I'm sharing with you is applicable for all the level of players. Even if you are a pro player, if you're stuck in between somewhere, these tips might help you out. Okay, as a beginner, you should definitely watch this video till the end. But as an intermediate or a pro player, and I'm pretty sure we'll get some important tips over here. All right, guys. So campaign will give you shards. Champions Arena will give you shards. Solo raid will give you full heroes. Doesn't matter what they are. They're tech, class, or maybe meta-human, or maybe agility, or maybe might. But they will give you a full hero. There are chances you might end up getting legendaries as well, but the chances are pretty low, as we all know. And then you need to play challenges versus challenge. Whenever the raids are going on, play them. Arena is there for gems, and then there is operations, and then there is resource missions as well. Now, this is tip number 1. Now let's move on to tip number 2. Save gems and spend it on the right chest. Now, a lot of people make this mistake. What people do is that whenever they get like 1,000 gems or 1,500 gems or even if 500 gems, they just go and open a random chest in the store, hoping that they get a legendary character or hoping that they get something good. But that's not going to happen. I'm going to be pretty honest with you, because you would need at least minimum of 5,000 gems in order to open a good chest, and at least to open 10 of those chests. You need to at least have at least 4,500 to 5,000 gems minimum. Maximum could be anything like 15,000, 20,000. But as a beginner or as an intermediate player, if you're looking forward to open a chest, you need to save gems and spend it on the right chest. Now, in order to build a roster, that you need to get a ton of gems. Okay, that is really important. So that you can open more chests and eventually get more characters. There are many free ways where you can get a ton of gems. Champions Arena and Arena is a place where you will get the bulk of your gems. There are also some ways which you can spend money and get gems, but places like offer walls and special offers will give you gems quickly, rapidly, like in a blink of an eye. But it will also cost you real money. But spending real money on this game or any game, regardless, is not recommended, because we play all these games for fun. So tip number 2 is going to be save your gems. Do not spend it every time you get 500 gems or 1,000 gems. Save your gems and spend it on the right chest. You need to wait for sales. You need to wait for discounted offers. You need to wait for the right chest. You need to figure out what character you need and you spend it on that particular chest. Okay, so this is your tip number 2. Now, tip number 3 is build your characters in the right order. Now, you will ask me that how will this help me to increase my roster's threat or increase my roster's size? It will help you, if you are basically a beginner and if you are building a character like Armored Superman or let's say Justice League Batman, in the initial stages of the game, you will end up with building only crappy characters. It is important to understand that which character will help you to defeat big bosses and sub bosses in the raids, in solo raids, as well as in Champions Arena and Arena. And there are some high threat teams which you need to defeat in order to get more points. So your priority should always be to build your damage dealers first. Let me just take you to these damage dealers over here. Your priority should be build characters like King of Atlantis, Aquaman, Batman, Ninja, Catwoman. These are all damage dealers. Now, basically, what order you need to follow is, for example, I'll give you an example over here right now. For example, Batwoman the Drowned is a damage dealer. King of Atlantis, Aquaman is a damage dealer. Batman, Ninja, Catwoman are a is a damage dealer. Okay, these are all damage dealers. You take these guys to at least 5 stars and take the gears to at least level 40 and above if possible. So this is how you build your damage dealers in the initial part of the game. And then you need to build those characters which will support these damage dealers, not just any random support character or any random character which is not a damage dealer. You need to build characters like Shazam, which will increase the damage for King of Atlantis Aquaman. You need to build characters like Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd, which is a support character for Batman Ninja Catwoman. Again, Green John Stewart Green Lantern, which is a support character for Batwoman the Drowned. Then Doctor Fate, which we need in order to reduce the power cost for almost everyone. So then, after you are done building your damage dealers, you need to go and build these characters, which will help your damage dealer to increase his damage. Okay. So if you follow this strategy, you will have proper teams which will do more damage than any other random teams that you're playing with. Okay. Now, the reason why this is important is because you need to have these, at least you need to have 6 teams, because we get 6 pips in solo raids in a day, and we get 3 pips in, I think, yeah, 6 pips in the league raids as well every day. It depends on how fast your league is completing the raid. So you need to have at least 6 teams, 6 teams with proper damage dealers, and there are support characters for them, and then combo builders as well. You know, so and you need this because in order to defeat more characters, more teams in the arena, champions arena, as well as in raids and solo raids, you need to have these right set of teams. Eventually, you will end up getting more good rewards. You will rank higher in the leaderboard in the league raids. You will rank higher in the leaderboard in arena and champions arena too. And at the end, you will defeat the solo raid bosses, the big bosses like Black Adam. Like there are some crazy bosses available over here in the solo raids which are really difficult to defeat, and you just cannot defeat them with any random team. So this is the reason why you need to build your characters in the right order. This was your tip number 3. Now, moving on to tip number 4. To show you guys tip number 4, I have to take you to the store, because this is where I'm going to show you the tip number 4, which is chest opening. Now, chest opening is probably the most important tip that I've said so far. And the reason behind that is because you grind so hard, you grind almost every day in this game. And then if you spend all your gems, like 10,000 gems, 15,000 gems, or even more on a chest that is not going to help you out, it's just going to be a waste at the end of the day. Okay. So what I'm going to show you now is it is the most important tip in this video. Now, which chest you should open, or which chest will give you your first legendary character. How to identify which chest is good and which chest is bad. It's very tricky at times. You just need to first understand where your roster is standing right now before you open any chest. If you are a beginner, if you are an intermediate player, let's talk about beginners first. Okay, if you are a beginner, then you should open at least 2 to 3 times our premium hero chest. Let me take you to the premium hero chest right now. So the best premium hero chest that we get in the game is going to be Silver Banshee. Silver Banshee is a very good damage dealer for beginners. It will help you in league raids and solo raids both. So at least open it at least like 2 to 3 times. And I'm not talking about 2 to 3 chests. What I'm talking about is at least open into 10, like save around 8,000 gems or so, 8,000, 9,000 gems. And then open the premium hero chest for at least 2 to 3 times, before you get at least a full Silver Banshee hero, or at least 3 to 4 star. You promote it to 3 to 4 stars. And because Silver Banshee is the only character which I think is good for opening a premium hero chest. Okay, now if you are like an intermediate player, if you already have these basic goals like silver banshee, if you have all the silver characters, if you have all the basic gold characters as well, then that is your time when you open and invest on chests like the LOA chest, the Batman Ninja chest, the multiverse chest, the Justice League chest. This is where you go for the premium gold characters. Okay, not the premium hero chest, but these gold characters will help you to do more damage initially. You don't always need to have legendary characters in your roster in order to do the damage. You can also do damage with the Justice League team. LOA team is insane. Batman Ninja team is more insane. Not more insane, equally insane in terms of doing damage. Multiverse team can help you out in almost every game format. Same goes for the Justice League team. Now, we don't have any other chests available over here to show you guys, but generally there is a particular chest dedicated only for the LOA characters. Okay, there is a chest dedicated only for the Batman Ninja characters. So as an intermediate player, if you have unlocked all the basic characters, you go for these chests. Never ever in your life playing this game open a legendary chest as a beginner or as an intermediate player. There will be a time where you will need those legendary characters, but this time is not that time. In the beginning of the stage, in the beginning stage of this game, you will never ever get a good legendary character. Even if you get a legendary character, you won't get the gears. Okay, so that is important. You need to remember that you're building something. You need to go step by step. You can't create a building from the top. It's always created from the bottom, right? So you need to create a bottom characters first, then go for the little higher characters like I talked about, LOA team, Batman Ninja team, Justice League team, and then finally, when you set all these teams right, you get them in the right builds, then go for the legendary characters. Now, there are certain chests which are good for getting legendary characters. There are certain chests which are not good at all in order to get these legendary characters. Now, we don't have any legendary chest right now, but since there is a power-up chest available over here for 2 characters, let me talk about that. Now, there is a power-up chest and then there is a legendary chest dedicated for that specific character, which gives you somewhere around 8% chance to get 50 to 200 shots. So that is the chest that you're going to open. If you're looking for Raven, the first character that you need, is something like Raven or Deathstroke, or maybe Batman Who Loves, because I mean Batman Who Loves is a character which requires gears in order to survive. But if you want something that can do damage even without gears, then you can go for Deathstroke's chest, or maybe you can go for the Raven's chest. Okay, so open these chests initially when you're trying to first get the legendary characters, and then slowly and steadily open the other power-up chests for those particular characters, and then go for the other legendary characters and then the power-up chest for them as well. Now this is the way, but there are some crappy chests as well, like Final Crisis chest. Now this chest is not good, according to me. It's a discounted chest. Okay, it's great that there is a 50% discount, but on an average, if there is no discount, let me show you the chances. There is like 6% chance to get a crappy character which is not good in raids, and there is again Black Manta, which is definitely good in raids, but in order to get the gears you would have to spend some extra gems, again. But if you open a legendary chest for this particular character, like a legendary chest for Black Manta, you get 8% chance. Yes, the shards are kind of less, but it gives you more open space to spend your gems, and the chances are a bit more. If even if you don't hit the 200 shard mark, you will at least hit a 100 shard mark, or at least hit a 50 shot mark. There is no, it's better to open a chest like this. It's completely based on luck. Yeah, that is also based on luck, but it gives you a bit higher chances. So you need to figure out and identify which characters you need, and you need to make sure that you get those characters in an appropriate way and spending gems. And let's say if you are a guy who has a lot of money in the pockets, and then you can just go and buy these gears and these characters from the special offers directly. There is nothing harm over there, because yeah, in that way you will improve your roster like very quick, and it will get huge in a very less amount of time. Okay, so this was tip number 4. Chest opening: always open the right chests. Okay, and always open those chests for those characters which you need right now. Okay, so now at the end, finally, again, tip number 5: improve your gameplay. Now let's say if you have everything, if you have the basic goals, if you have the LOA team, if you have the Batman Ninja team, if you have all these legendary characters in your roster, but you just can't survive long enough in the fight to do the damage, this is all a waste of time. This was all a waste of time for you. If you just cannot improve your gameplay, if you cannot get those advanced skills, you will just lose all the matches that you're going to play in arena or in champions arena. Doesn't matter the game mode. In raids and solo raids, you cannot defeat those big bosses and sub bosses. You need to find someone who will teach you. I think there are tons and tons of videos on YouTube on combo interruption, on advanced fighting skills and Injustice 2 mobile. I'm going to make one myself. If you want me to do that, please let me know in the comments, and I'll be doing that for sure. Maybe not this week, but maybe definitely in the next week. All right, guys. So there are some advanced skills, like fighting skills, like let's talk about combo interruption. There is a ghost tap. There is right tagging strategy. There is there is like I don't know, what do we call that, infinite combos. There are some certain loops, with specials that you can do for certain characters. You need to learn all these strategy in order to improve your gameplay. Okay, and eventually when you fight properly, eventually if you stop messing up in the game, in between the gameplay, then eventually you will do more damage, you will defeat the boss, you will kill the boss, and you will get good rewards for that. Okay, please let me know in the comments if you want to learn more about these fighting skills, or let's say advanced fighting skills. I will definitely make a video on it. All right, guys. Now finally, at the end, what people consistently ask a lot is, this is not going to be a tip, it's just going to be an extra information that I'm going to give you, are the artifacts. Now artifacts are kind of rare. Good artifacts are rare to come, but there are certain artifacts like dark metal cards. There are artifacts like Crown of Kondak. There are artifacts like the All Blades, which is going to help you in the beginning. So try to get these free artifacts first. And initially, when you get these free artifacts, definitely it will help you in your progress, and it will help you to defeat big bosses and sub bosses in the raids and solo raids. Now, if you guys have any questions or anything about this video, please let me know in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer them to you. All right, guys. So thank you for your time. You guys have a great day ahead. Take care of yourselves. Be blessed and stay safe. Have a good one, guys. Bye bye.